So, hello, Katrin. How are you? It's always a pleasure to see you and meet you. The last time we met was not too long ago, but we met after a very long time in Dubai. And I just wanted you to come on with me and share your entrepreneurial story because I think for International Women's Day, it's really important people see successful women in business. And I can share with everybody, Katrin is a very successful business lady. I've been following her since 2009 and have followed her entire journey, but I don't want to take that limelight away from Katrin. So, Katrin, I'm going to ask you to share your story so that you can tell everybody when and how you started your business, what your business is, and as we converse through, we will naturally add in questions that I think our viewers would be interested to hear. So over
All
to you,
right.
Katrin.
Thank you, Shazia, for having me here. And it was lovely to see you back in Dubai. It
Yes,
some weeks ago in January, not too long,
January, yes.
but after a long while. So maybe now we stay more closer in touch and exchange ideas what women have about power and success. So I think we are very much going along with these topics to see women successful.
Yes.
And I believe in my industry, in network marketing, 90% of the women are the most successful and maybe 10% men. Why is that? Because it has flexible hours. They can do it around the family. They can do it around the children. So there's no other industry where women are so flexible and still can be huge successful by working from home. So when I first saw this idea, I was excited about it because I thought, wow, it's flexible. I can work from wherever because I like traveling and I like languages. I like see different cultures. Oh, this is my thing. So I can just take my business with me around the world. That sounds amazing. And until today, so this is like 30 years ago, I'm still in network marketing in my second company now. In the first, I've been 5 years. I've been the top under the top 10, the only woman and 9 men, because we've been selling technical stuff like alarm systems and so. Still, I could make it under the top 10, but I had no idea what it was about. But I was learning the first 5 years. So my first network marketing business was for learning how to do it, still go to the top. I was been a diamond mentor. Something happened, company does not exist anymore, and I was searching for another one which would last forever. So I found forever living product, because I don't want to start all over again every 5 years. I've been choosing it very carefully after my first experience. And since 1999, actually the 4th of July, the American Independence Day, I gave my signature to this business because I thought this is my independency. So I'm signing my freedom and my independency. And this time I will avoid all the mistakes and just do what works well. So I went to the same top position in half of the time. So in 2.5 years, I've been in the top position. And as far as I know, until today, there's nobody who could follow up on this. So if I can do it, every woman can do it.
But why don't you tell our women a little bit more about network marketing? Because I know that some people will have an understanding of what network marketing is as a business model, but I do feel there may be a few who may not have the understanding or maybe have some misconception of the model. Because you know what they say, people like to explain about industries that maybe they are not part of and give
Right.
wrong information. And I think this is a really great opportunity. As you mentioned, it gave you the freedom and ticked all your boxes. Maybe there are other women watching who might hear, oh, network marketing, I can't do that, or that's not the right industry for me. So I think this is a really great opportunity to elaborate on what actually network marketing is all about. And it's not that pyramid model that a lot of people can assume it is.
No, definitely not, because also pyramid systems are forbidden by law and they cannot exist too long, then they will get closed. So we are 45 years on the market in the company I am now in Forever Living Products. So just search on the company, because there are good and bad companies, of course.
Mm.
And my first mistake in my first company, I didn't research because I had no clue what to research on. Now I know better, of course. But a really good and serious network marketing company is a global one. It is international offices, so you have a wide range of countries where you can work. If you see a small company, just a startup, and it's not yet 5 years old, I can just warn people. They have to overcome the first 5 years to prove that they can stand it. So these so-called newcomer companies, I would never join after my experience, and just settle with one which proved already that they can make it for long term. So we are talking here about 45 years. And when I joined, that was 24 years ago. They've been already around 20 years on the market. So, and also everybody should have the same wholesale price. So you're not buying from somebody else. Everybody is buying directly for the same price from the company. So it can't be a pyramid system. Because in a pyramid system, you're buying from another one more expensive. The next one puts some money on, more expensive. And at the end, it's so expensive for the end consumer that you cannot sell it anymore.
I think when people think about pyramid, they think, you know how when we're doing network marketing, we introduce a new person to the business. And I think they get that element. That's where the confusion rises. So for example, if I'm joining the business, I might speak to some family friends to say, look, this is what I'm doing. And they associate that with, oh, we're connecting people. And they see that as, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, or whereas that actually is leveraging from your team, you're building a team. So it's getting that clarity of that actually you're helping people. It's the only, and this is the business model, I think, when I looked at network marketing and I read Robert Kiyosaki's book and the business of the 21st century, what attracted me was, I don't have any overheads, don't have to pay salaries. Helping people to build their business. There are not very many models where you're helping people.
Exactly.
In the office space, people like to shut each other down because there's professional jealousy. They should not, I am the senior, so I need to stay and I need to look senior. Whereas in this industry, actually, we want our team to be senior or better because it helps us generate more income. So I think that would be a little bit more your experience of how you've helped your teams grow and how it's made them financially independent. I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from that.
Let me give you an example. My sponsor was that time the #1 in Sweden. So after some months, she died. I did not know that she was that sick that time. So she joined maybe 1 or 2 years before me. But I had the higher position than her. That can't be a pyramid scheme.
Yes, absolutely.
So a very serious company with a good marketing plan give you always the chance to be better than your sponsor and your upline. So that makes the sponsor working hard to make the downline equal or even better than yourself. You get paid more, of course, if you have good downlines, but at the same time, it proves it doesn't matter when you join. It doesn't matter what position your sponsor or upline has. It just depends on you, what you want to reach. And this is very, very fair. In a pyramid game, it depends what time, what month, what week, what time you join this company. If you're very much at the end, you're the loser. And when you're one of the first, you're the winner, right?
Yeah.
So in a serious network marketing company, you can always be higher than anyone above you. And I think I proved that with my sponsor and with my upline. And we had many, many years #1 in the world from Germany. And he joined, I think, 2 years before me. And he was still becoming the #1. Even some FBOs have been there 20 years longer. So that has nothing to do with a pyramid game. So always the same chance for everybody. It doesn't matter when he starts. So the beginning and the start and the timing, it's very important if it's a pyramid game or not.
I think you're sharing that it's all about how much effort, energy you put in. If you put in more time, energy, effort,
Yeah,
you will excel.
right.
So and as I was listening to you, I was thinking, did you have anybody that inspired you, or you looked up to, or or was it all I mean, were you inspired by anybody to kind of grow
You mean in
faster?
our industry?
In your no, just generally, because in your business, I remember when I did not meet you, but when I first saw you, it was 2009, and it was in the O2, and you were the first double diamond manager in your business. So, and you were the fastest double diamond
Right.
manager. So, what propelled you for that growth, because sometimes it can, some people are scared of growing fast or don't have that drive or ambition, or just go at a slower pace and then say this doesn't work. But you proved to everybody that you, in a shortest span of time, as a woman, you were able to hit that. So did somebody inspire you to do that? Or, what was that all about? What led you to become that double diamond in such a short span of time?
At first, I wanted to live from this business, so I made sure I make it enough money to not do any other side business or a second job or something. So that means I needed to go far to the position where I can earn the most, which is usually called a diamond manager or something like this. For our living products company, it's a diamond manager. So I just thought, what do I have to do to get there to make the most out of my work?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very strict with figures and numbers. So if I can see 64% bonus as a diamond manager, why stop before if I can get 64?
Absolutely.
I'm
So
always thinking in the highest, what to do to reach the highest. I never go medium or small thinking. No, my goals are always very big, sometimes so big that they are crazy. But if you don't think big, you will not reach any big goals.
absolutely.
Yeah, do I have people I look up to? Because I joined 1999 and Forever started 1978. So there have been already diamonds and successful people
Mm-hmm.
globally in Forever. So I just checked what they do and I got some ideas, but I took my own system. I developed my own system because I wanted my team to be duplicatable. Because my sponsor, unfortunately, she died. She could not show me that. So I wanted to make sure my team can duplicate me. And because they did, I went so fast. So I don't work with 25 people who want to go manager at the same time. I develop 3 or 5. So then they can do it by themselves. Then I take the next 3 or 5 and then they can do it by themselves. But that's just possible if you have a duplicatable system. Otherwise, it would happen. What happens to people? They are not successful, or the team falls apart because they cannot bring this information to their downlines how to duplicate. So this is the secret of network marketing. Who has the highest duplication has the biggest team.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that, because I think that there's two takeaways from that. One is that you wanted to sustain your full-time income from this business. So
Yeah,
that was your motivating factor to build fast, because
right.
otherwise you would have to do something else on the side, and you didn't want to do that, which is a great message, because I think a lot of people don't see that as, let me just focus on this one and live off
Yeah,
it. And then they have to share their energy. And I think the second one, which is really powerful, is that duplicatable system, that you didn't have an upline. So you've proven to everybody that you don't have to have that upline. You are an independent business owner in this industry, and you can create your own system. And numbers were your thing. So you played with the numbers and created a duplicatable system that propelled your duplication in the team. So a great message, I think, for everybody, a golden nugget, if you like, that the biggest teams are created by having duplicatable systems.
yeah, that's for sure. Because network marketing is all about building big teams. And each of these distributors has 10 or 20 customers. So it's very easy. If you have 10 downlines with 10 customers, you have 100 customers you get paid on. If you
Yeah,
have 1,000 distributors with 10 customers, then you have 10,000 customers. So what is better?
yeah, of course.
So
And I
it's
think
very clear.
and that's where you were able to figure out what do I want to earn by the end of the month, and work
Right.
reverse engineer and create your plan. So I'm going to ask you, in your journey, and I know I've seen some of your bonus checks and they have been phenomenal, a company that pays those out. And I think a lot of people who might be watching might even just be looking for 500 to 1,000 extra income a month as well. But so what message could you give to people who are looking for that, through the network marketing industry to make 500 to 1,000 a month? Is that doable for them? Because a lot of people don't come in because they think, oh, it's just I can't do it mindset.
Mhm.
So what message can you give those sort of listeners who think, oh, I won't be able to do it. She can do it, but I can't do it. Do you agree with that?
Everybody can do 500 to 1,000 euros or pounds per month. This is not a big deal. You just build up a good customer base and 3 to 5 downlines who do the same, and you have your 500 to 1,000 per month. This you can do with 1 or 2 hours per day. This
Yeah.
is really not a big deal. But if you want to the higher income, then you need to develop leaders. It's a totally different way of working.
Mm.
So if you build 500 to 1,000, you work with customers and some team members, but the big numbers you get by duplicate, creating leaders, so leaders can duplicate. And then you get there, what is that, why people work in network marketing, you get passive income.
Yes.
So let me give you a private example. You know it, Shazia, my parents are not in a good, healthy shape, and I could take the last 3 years just off my business, and it was still going on and on and on. Sometimes I think they don't need me anymore. But luckily, I could take this time off. It was such a precious time to give it to my parents and to give them the last years they have a good feeling that somebody's taking care about them, their daughter. So what a gift. You cannot pay that with any paycheck.
No, I
But
totally
that
agree.
you would not get if you just have some customers and earn 500 to 1,000. Then you have, if you want this passive income, you need to build up big teams where you have leaders and they do their job even if you don't do it in that moment.
And I think that message of passive income is really, really powerful because not everybody still understands what passive income is. And when people do understand, then that's when the penny drops that you're making money. You've built a system, you've built a team, the revenue is growing, it's coming every month, even though you can take time out,
Yes.
spend time with your family. And I think that is really incredible. I mean, jobs don't do that. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he has been on the bed since January with a back problem. And he mentioned that he has to now go to work, or had to go to work, lying down in the car, get driven to work, because how much time can he take off work? And at that moment, the only thing I could say to him is, that's why I keep saying that you need to have an income that is passive, so that when you are in a situation like
Yes.
that, you don't have to go to work. And you've just given a really real time example of that. And I think for me, that is the most important aspect of network marketing,
Yeah.
or whether people call it affiliate marketing, is building that passive income, because it helps you, it gives you that freedom to travel, like you say, or be with the loved ones you want to be with without having to have that financial
For
concern,
sure.
worry, because life is, those parents, if you don't give them the time, you will regret it later.
Exactly. And I don't want to regret that. And thankfully, I built up this business the way I could take the last 2 to 3 years off. And I say that to everybody who is asking me now, what are you doing? Because that is an amazing thing. I don't know any other branch where you can do that.
Yeah, and that's people asking you because you're spending time with your parents, and they're thinking, "Oh, where's Katrin? How's she living if she's spending time with her parents?" Um, Before I go to my last question, can you share any example? I've given one example of achievement, which is your double diamond manager, but that you're particularly proud of, that you feel on your journey, that you feel particularly proud of? So one example of what you're particularly proud of, and one moment where you felt, oh, I can't, you must have had, I've had them, and I've had to change my mindset. Those moments where, sometimes we're tired or pulled down. So, how did you overcome that? So a positive and maybe a slight challenge. I don't like using the word negative, so I use the word challenge.
There
Challenge.
will always challenges in life and in business. So there's nobody who does not have this.
Yes.
And the question is just how you handle it and how quick are you getting up on your feet again. That's it.
Right.
Without feeling like a victim. So you need to have your hands on everything. You need to feel that you have control over your life. Otherwise, you will feel like a victim, which is not a good feeling.
Yes.
And this business enables you to have your hands on how it should develop and how it could serve your lifestyle, which you want to. So that is fantastic. Nobody has to be any more a victim from some circumstances. So, of course, we all have ups and downs. We have leaders who leave, mostly for private reasons. It's never about the marketing plan or something. It's always about some private issues, divorces, and other challenges. Then, of course, if it was a strong leader of my business or a friend, then I feel very sorry. Sometimes they're even coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened also. And of course, I try to stay in touch with them. So this is sometimes a setback, but it's part of network marketing. You need to recruit new people because some people will leave. And this is why so many people fail. They think they take it personally. Oh, they leave because I cannot show them how to do it. No, this is part of that business, that people are their own boss, that they can leave if they want.
And it's life. Life can get in the way, or some circumstances might.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm proud of in my first network marketing company with this alarm systems, which is usually a man's business, I could get a 13 months bonus check. I don't know what it was called that time. It was 10,000 German marks. And my father was in the audience. And I get this check from the director and I gave it to my father.
Wow.
And I said to him, buy your car or whatever you want to. So it made me so proud that I could do that to him. My parents grew up in East Germany. They couldn't just get cars. So having the feeling I could give something back because I had a very nice childhood with my parents, I was so proud on myself and that I could do that. So that I will never forget, and my father actually also not.
Yeah, I'm sure he still remembers it today, and I'm sure
Yes.
he also values, and both your parents value you spending time with them today as well. And I can imagine that achievement where 13 months in and getting a 10,000 German marks check, and then being able to hand it to a family member. And I'm sure that must have been an incredible feeling for you to give, and also an incredible feeling for your father to receive. So on my final note, I'm going to say, lastly, not everybody's legacy driven, but if you are, what legacy do you hope to leave through all the work that you do or the accomplishments that you've achieved?
It's actually a way of living I could leave as a legacy. Women should never be depending from anyone, and this business gives you the opportunity to become totally independent and live the life you want to live. You have the tool for it in network marketing, and not live the life others are expecting from you. So if I can transfer this information and this way of living to not just women, to everybody, that would be great. But because it makes me sad to see people living a poor life because they do something how other people want them to live, they can be never happy in this situation. So if I can make a lot of people happy with this business because they can live their dream life, then that makes me happy, and then I could leave something to the next generations.
I think you just said it there. You summed it up, that I think it makes us feel sad where women have a lot of potential, but like you said, they are not living how they want to live, or they're molded by somebody else, or they're not financially independent. And I think I meet a lot of women and I do question financial independence, and they say we choose not to be, we want to be dependent. But the question is, that's fine, but COVID has taught us a lot, where people's circumstances changed, and whether somebody became ill or somebody, God, took them away, circumstances changed, and that has left a lot of people vulnerable. And I think where we are now and where the world is heading, obviously with AI and technology, the freedom to work from home, to freedom to work around your family, the opportunity to create your own income, whether you choose to spend, however you spend, that's entirely up to you. But at least you have sustainability in your life. If something was to go in a different direction, you wouldn't have to go and ask other people for financial aid.
Right. And I think the personal freedom makes people feeling alive. And this business gives everybody the chance to be in freedom and to live a life in freedom and of your own choices. And if I can transport this message, then I would be very happy.
I think we have done that in this session today. I think anybody listening today must be inspired by your story, because I was inspired in 2009 when I saw you on the stage. I was new to the industry at the time. Again, I used to hear a lot of people tell me, oh, this is not a proper business and so forth. But it was meeting real people, seeing real people's journey. And I think more people need to get out of listening to stories and actually doing their research and connecting. And one of the messages we'd like to do is, connect, collaborate, and then succeed, because I think it's important that an empowered woman empowers other women and supports them. So thank you, Katrin, for your time today. I'm sure your story will have inspired so many. It's always inspired me. And I'm so privileged, I would say, to always be able to connect back with you. You're so humble. You never make me feel, oh, I'm too busy, because I know you are busy and you do have a busy schedule. And obviously at the moment you are taking care of your family. And so I just want to say a special thank you, as always. I just feel like we're just sisters from different distance.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was my pleasure to connect with you, Shazia.
Yeah, thank you very much, Katrin.